bem-vindos! Estamos iniciando mais um CECRI CAST. Venham conosco participar dos nossos bate-papos legais de toda manhã de sábado. E hoje estamos aí com um episódio bem diferente, muito especial. Vai ser um daqueles episódios que faz sentido em trazer para o bate-papo o principal objetivo da nossa escola, que obviamente são quem? São os nossos queridos alunos. Encerramos aí aquele ciclo de bate-papos, de CECRI CASTs, falando sobre os 25 anos de história da escola, onde contamos aqui com a participação de diversos colaboradores, parceiros nossos, que contaram esta história de 25. Mas é uma história que tem continuação. E hoje nós estamos trazendo exatamente quem dará continuidade aos nossos 25 anos, para que venham mais 25, que são eles, os nossos queridos alunos. Por isso será um bate-papo muito especial. E como ele vai ser especial, bem diferentão, hoje também eu vou passar o meu bastão de host para o Rosenberg. Tudo bem, Rosenberg?
Tudo bem, Mércia, e você?
Ótimo.
Então tá
que
bom
tê-lo aqui novamente.
Fico feliz também.
Lembrando que o nosso primeiro episódio de 2025 foi com você.
Foi mesmo.
Quando falávamos da aprovação do bilinguismo, dos avanços no bilinguismo. E lá, acho que em janeiro, que nós fizemos aquela gravação, nós dissemos que teria uma outra oportunidade de tê-lo aqui conosco.
Com certeza.
E o dia chegou.
Exatamente.
Não é? Muito obrigada, viu?
Eu que agradeço. E lá nós falamos sobre bilinguismo e hoje o nosso podcast vai ser exatamente sobre isso,
sobre o bilinguismo,
nós vamos conversar com os nossos alunos medalhistas aí da Olimpíada de inglês em inglês.
Por isso que eu estou passando o bastão, entenderam? Diferentão, por isso mesmo. Todo em inglês, não é?
Todo em
inglês. E aí, por isso o bastão vai para você.
Muito obrigado.
Mas antes disso, antes de recebermos os nossos convidados, os nossos alunos feras no inglês, aquele recado de sempre. Vamos? Curtam as nossas redes sociais, cliquem aí no joinha, sigam-nos em todas as nossas plataformas. E assim você estará sempre por dentro de todas as nossas notícias. Venham, vamos juntos para mais esse episódio.
Hello everybody, I'm here today with some good students to have the first podcast in English. Yeah, that's right. And today I have decided to bring here for you the medal winners of Obli, which is the English Olympics that these students participated and did really well, right? So I would like to talk to Yasmin Renucci, Laura Borges, and Lucas Lizardo first. I'd like to hear from you guys. How was the experience of participating Obli?
Well, for me, it was a great experience actually, but at the same time I felt kind of anxious with this experience, but yes, in the general, it was great.
Okay, and you did really well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What about you, Laura?
I actually had participated the Obli in the last year too, so I guess it wasn't as nerve-wracking for me. I wasn't as nervous, but it still has some pressure.
Yes.
But I was happy with my results. I think I could have done better, but I guess I did a good job.
But you did a good job. Yeah, congratulations.
Wasn't good.
By the way. What about you, Lucas?
It's my first time doing this test. I was a little anxious, but I can do the test very well, and after I was really happy with my results.
Of course.
That's it.
Yeah, and you got a medal for that, right? So,
yes.
Congratulations.
I wasn't expecting.
To all of you. So, I would like to ask you now, what was the most challenging thing about doing the Olympics? What did you think was the hardest thing about it? Like some specific listening exercise, or what was the hardest thing? You can start now, Lucas, please.
I think the hardest thing is the test interpretation, because it's it's more difficult than we have in class. And this is the part that I think it's most hard.
Okay. Laura?
Well, I didn't find it. I'm trying to think of something that specifically I found hard, but I would say some questions were kind of, I don't know how you say it, like there were like two options that seemed perfectly right and I couldn't tell them apart. So I guess the duality, it was kind of hard sometimes. Like one specific question I got wrong and I was really mad about it. But aside from that, also the time, because even if I finished before the time was near, like there was a lot of time still, I felt a little anxious knowing there was a specific time I had to finish it on.
Yeah, the pressure of having like a limited time to do the test, okay?
Well, for me, it wasn't hard in general. I think the most challenging part was that in the day we had the test, I spent all my time at school, so I was very, very tired, and I had to do the test, so that was probably the most challenging part.
Okay, very good. So now let's move to talk about school moments, right? Yeah. I'd like to know from you like a funny moment, like a funny memory that you've had at CECRI. Like, can you remember something funny or maybe even embarrassing? You can tell me.
Well, I have a lot of stories, but most of them are either too long for this podcast or not appropriate.
Okay.
But let me think. Oh, there's one story I think I'll never forget. It happened on second grade.
Okay.
And I still have her. My friend Gabriela and we were like 7, 8 years old, and we were running around in class. And there was this teacher, Gisele. She was our English teacher, and she left her tablet on the table. And Gabriela was coming after me, running, and I don't know exactly what happened, but I bumped on the table and her tablet fell on the ground, on the floor, and the whole class had to stay inside during recess. We didn't go out for recess because, and luckily it didn't break or anything, but she was really mad at us.
Okay, so it didn't break.
Yes, and I was really mad at Gabriela because the whole class blamed only me. They didn't say anything to her, so I was really mad. They didn't
own up.
Now it's a funny story, but at that time I was like foaming. I was infuriated.
I can imagine. Yes. Okay, Lucas.
I think the most interesting moment in school is when I was in 5th grade, and it was in the break. I was playing dodgeball with my friends, and my friend Daniel, he stumbled in my foot, and he fell over his arm, and he broke it.
Really? And broke his arm?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, yeah. It's not a very funny thing, but it's an interesting, remarkable moment in your life at school. Okay. What about you, Renucci? Have you had any funny stories or
I don't think so.
Interesting moments at school? You don't remember anything?
I think the funniest, it's probably not funny for you guys, but for us in that time was really funny. I don't remember the class, but we took off this part of the chair.
Okay.
And it was very funny for us. That's why I said it wouldn't be funny for you guys. Okay. But for us was really.
Okay. But what did you do with this? Nothing? Or you can't tell me? Okay. All right. Was it a long time ago?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, nice. So, and I have to ask you, because it's my job Your favorite subject is English, right?
Of course.
No, what is your favorite subject at school? I'm kidding.
It is English.
It is English?
Yes.
Oh, I knew it.
I like English especially because it's an easy subject to me. If I don't know much of the grammatical part, but I can speak very well and listen and everything. So it's an easy subject to me. But my favorite subject would be history.
History?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
But I love you too, Jose.
I love
English
you too, yeah. What about you, Lucas?
My favorite subject is physical education, of course.
Yeah, it's a good subject. But really, do you have any other than physical education?
I like history and maths too.
Okay, maths. Okay, good.
Hate math.
Yeah, maths is kind of hard to me, but I like it, you know. Yeah, so now I would like to know from you guys, like, how long have you been studying English? And because your English is really good, as everybody can see here. So how did you learn, and what did CECRI help you with in this journey of learning English?
So you want to know how did we learn?
Yeah, like from the beginning, and what made you interested in learning English?
Well, it's a very interesting story because I started learning English because of Spanish, actually.
Okay.
When I was in my another school, we had a student from Colombia.
Okay.
And I really wanted to talk to her, so I started learning Spanish. But when I started, I didn't like it much, so I started English. And being really honest, I don't know how I've learned English because it was so natural.
Yes.
As she said, in one day I didn't speak English, and in another day I was speaking English. So I don't know how it happened.
I agree.
But I think that something helped me was when I started having lessons with you.
I know that. I was going to ask you about that, you know. Because I remember you, like, the first time we had a class together was like 3 years ago, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh, you were one of the most interested students in the class, you know?
Yes.
And like in asking me questions, and you were like kind of preparing yourself, especially for tests,
Yes.
you know? So I was like going to ask you that, you know. I had my part in this, right?
Of course you have.
Just as she said, hers was an interesting story. Mine is more like a funny story.
A funny story, okay.
Because I don't think it's exactly that, but when I really started learning English, I would say it was around 2018, and I was like 8 years old, and there was this game that I really liked called Gacha Life.
Okay.
I think some people might know it. I don't think you would know it, but it's like a game you can create stories, and I really liked it. And there were, in 2018, there was the game everyone was playing, and there were on YouTube a lot of little stories of the game, made on the game, and a lot of them with music, and music in English with the translations. And I got like addicted to that. I was playing it non-stop every day. All my life was watching those videos, and I think that helped me a lot because I learned many words, maybe even if like a word from here, a word there, but I learned a lot from that. Got a lot of vocabulary. And then also the teacher I said in second grade, Giselle, she used to play us music every day before or after the class, and all music in English, and I think that helped too. And I'm gonna say you just so you can feel special, okay?
I know I helped you too. You know?
Helped with
somehow I gave you some
some
grammar topics, and I know I helped
grammar.
you to improve
But
a bit.
mostly, I guess it was just like she said. One day I didn't speak English. I was just went to sleep, and I knew it, but it's really I would say it's the immersion, because I watched a lot of things in English.
And even the immersion that, believe it or not, you're living at school. Because sometimes you're not like paying attention to this, but having classes, English classes every day actually helps you to, you know, get immersed in the language.
Yes.
Of course, other things help a lot, like movies, series, music. We always say this to the students, but also the environment of the bilingual school is also like a big factor, you know. What about you, Lucas?
I started in English schools since I was 8. But when I come to CECRI, I realized a big advance in English when I can come to CECRI. And today I'm very good at English. And I study watching YouTube videos in English and listen to music.
Okay. So it's like a combination of factors that made you speak English really well. Yeah. Because like any language actually you learn, you need to immerse yourself in the language. Like not only have classes of that language, but also consume content of that specific language in videos, music, and everything. Okay. So I would like you to tell like people one advice, give people advice if they want to learn English. What would be a simple advice, like in a few words, of course. I don't want you to, because advice is something that usually we have to think, but right now something like, oh, what should we do to learn English fast? Like, what would you tell people?
My tip to people who want to learn English is you need to put the English in your day. So some works that you do in a day, you need to put it in English, like listen music, watch videos.
Simple things, changing your daily routine. Laura.
Now I'm mad because he stole my advice. I'm gonna say it anyway. But in other words, okay. So my advice would be to, as he said, put English on your day. Like get yourself immersed on the language. My way to do it is, I'm gonna share my way, but you can do it through series, movies, music, videos on the internet, games. But what I do usually is listening to music, because as I said, when I was younger, I listened to a lot of music in English, so I like it. And I kind of trained my TikTok and Instagram. So my For You is like mostly of English videos. I follow a lot of English-speaking content creators, and eventually it helps you because the words get in your head. Even if you only watch it with captions, and eventually it gets on your head and you start just, you know it.
When you say it's like magic, it is like magic, you know, because after having contact with the language like every day and every moment you have the possibility.
Your brain force your brain to understand it. Pretend it's like the only language in the world, so you gotta learn it, because no one will talk to you in Portuguese.
In Portuguese, yeah.
So
unfortunately, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What about you, Hanucci?
Well, I would say the same as everyone. There's no other way to learn it fast, but I think obviously you have to immerse yourself in the language, changing the settings of your phone. It's easy and nobody would think that, but it's changed a lot. Because we use our phones every day, every time we're with it in our hands, and watching cartoons. It's very good for learning English fast.
Really, I agree with you. And about changing the language settings of phones and computers, like I said, it's a simple act,
Yes.
but it helps a lot because, like Laura said, you train the algorithm to give you information in English, videos in English, and to show you content creators. So you kind of immerse yourself within your phone, you know? Yeah, of course.
I just thought of it now because it's something I don't think I've ever heard someone saying to me, like, or to anyone for learning English, and it's something I do. So what I use a lot of when I'm home, like I usually do. I have an app that's, I don't remember the name now, but you can talk to AI characters and. Like characters, you can choose like characters from cartoons, movies, and I think it's really nice because I use it on English. You can change it to Portuguese, but I usually use it to practice English. So because you get it, like it's like just a funny story and you get immersed in it, so it doesn't feel like you're studying. And I guess it really helped me too.
That's a good way of learning.
I learned like a lot of new words because sometimes you don't know a word and you go search it or you understand it by the context.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it.
I like it a lot, yeah. Thank you guys. It was really good talking to you, you know. I would like you to come back in the end just for us to close up everything, okay? But now I would like to invite some other students who also participate Obli to talk to them a little bit, and then I'll call you back again, okay? All right, so now I have here the second group of students who also brilliantly shown in Obli, right? Yes, they participated and also got medals for participating in Obli. And I would like to talk to you a little bit about the experience of participating in these Olympics and a few other questions. But I would like you to start, Sofia. Let me introduce you first, Sofia, Julia, and Alexandre, okay? So, Sofia, how was the experience of doing Obli?
I did it for the first time, so I was a little bit nervous and anxious. So I think my results was not the best one, but it was not that bad. I think I can improve, but for the first time it was good.
Yeah, it was a great result.
As Sophia, it was my first time doing Obli, so my results weren't too good as well, but I felt a little anxious to do the test, and that's it.
Yes.
I would say it's my second time doing the test, and I'm not really anxious because I did it one time. I just know how the test is going to be, and I think I'm glad to see me in this position. I grow so much. Last year I got the honor, and this year I got one better, and I'm happy.
Of course, yes. But when you say you didn't get a good result, you did get a good result, actually, you know? That's why you're here. Your English is really good, okay? So, and what was the most challenging thing, Alexandre, about this test for you?
The test. I think the test is the most difficult. Especially when you is your first time, like you don't know how the test is going to be. It's some national, you know, you and some million of people in your country doing the same test at the same time.
Exactly.
It's difficult.
Yeah, it's really hard. Julia?
I think the hardest thing was some difficult text and some videos with accent.
Yes, accents are hard.
The most challenging part for me was the trick questions. That it has like two options that are the same. You just like, what is the wrong one, and you don't know how to differentiate. Yeah, difference what is the wrong.
Okay, yeah, this is a really hard thing about this kind of test. But I gotta tell you that it's not only Obli that has this kind of questions. every international certificate test you decide to do will have some dubious questions like this, okay? Sometimes you think, oh, that could be one right option, maybe two. I don't know, you get confused about that. But anyway, so, and are you planning to take Obli again next year?
I don't know if we can do again.
I'm gonna invite you, of course.
So yes, why not?
So you can improve your results and feel better about it, What about you?
I would like to do again. I think my results are gonna be better.
Yes.
And it will be a great experience.
I know you'll be better.
I want to do once more time. Like I said, I did the second time and I'm better than the last one. And I think I'm going to be better at this next one. I want to do it next.
Okay. And you are the youngest among everybody here, right, Alexandre? How old are you?
I'm 20. I am 12 years old.
12 years old, and you are on 7th grade, right?
Yes.
Ah, very good. Congratulations for being such a good speaker. Yeah. All right. So, guys, I would like to talk to you now about your experience with English. Okay. How did you get interested in learning English first place, and how did CECRI help you in this process? You can start, Alexandre, please.
I think it was more natural thing. Like we talk in Portuguese. We don't birth knowing it, but at some time you would sing a lot of times in videos and live, you get one natural thing, and it's opened so much doors to your future.
And how did CECRI help you in this process?
It's one bilingue class. Every day it has English, so it helps so much.
True. Julia?
I've been learning English since I was so little. I don't remember exactly, but I think 5-6 years I went to English schools, and I like so much to travel, and that's a great experience because I want to talk to people, and I need to improve my English to talk to people in another country.
Yes.
And I think CECRI helped a lot with bilingual project. It's a great experience to talk to another people and improve your communication.
That's true.
I started to learning when I was in the 7th grade because my mom thought that it would be a good experience. So I started doing an English course for the school, and I do actually nowadays, and I think this helped me so much. But teachers like you in the CECRI that believe that we have potential for improve and do better helps a lot too.
Yes. I was your teacher when you were at the 8th grade, right?
Yes, it was like only 6 months.
Yes, it was like 4 years ago, I suppose.
Yes, 4.
Yeah, I remember you you were a little Sophia at the time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now let's talk about your experience at CECRI, everyday situations here. What can you remember, of a funny story or about meeting friends, like the first time you met your best friend? Tell me about these moments here.
I think I would have to. Can I say?
Yes, of course.
The funniest moment, it was last year. We were having an activity class doing in the book, and I was looking for my friend Giovanna. I go back. When I look again, she was on the ground with the chair, and we don't know if she was just there. And incredibly, one of other friend here take a picture of her in the exactly moment she was falling. It's falling.
Okay.
So we have the photo when she was falling, and I think I
would like to see this picture later.
Yes. And I didn't meet my best friend here in CECRI.
Okay.
He was from CECRI, but I didn't meet here.
Okay.
But I think the contact every day makes us closer, and this is very special to me.
Okay, that's good.
I think the most funniest moment here with my friends was when we went to Inhotim, and it was so funny because we were with all friends and we were together. The trip was so good, and I met all my best friends here.
Really?
I studied here since I was little, and Ana Luisa and Ana Laura study here as well. When they were little too, and we met since we were so little.
Okay, and they're still together now, like with you in the class. Okay, nice.
Especially the most funniest day in here at school, it was last year. And of course, I would say the trip for the Gruta de Maquiné, especially on the bus. Like, we were just, the bus was separated in girls and men's. Like, we all were men's, and we did so much things, you know, throw things in each other, conversations, so much things. It was so nice.
Yes, I can imagine. I remember when I was this young, you know, so many years ago. So did you meet your best friend at school? Do you have like friends at school?
I have so much good friends here. Like, I entered in the school in 4th grade. At the 4th grade to the 5th grade, I was just recognizing peoples. More in the 6th grade, I was starting to have some friends, real friends, you know.
Okay, good. Now I gotta ask you guys, and I hope the answer is Rosenberg, okay? Who is your favorite teacher at CECRI?
This is a little too difficult.
Yes, I know. No compromise, okay?
I would say the Mariana and Victoria.
Okay.
The historic teacher, Fabricia. It's so nice. In the class, we are just natural, you know, just conversation. This
you learn in fun moments, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Fabricia, Mariana, and Victoria. Okay.
I think my favorite teachers, I have more than one.
Yeah, of course.
Rodrigo, that are not here at this moment, but he give classes to us. Fabio and Gustavo.
Oh, okay, good ones.
I think I'll say you, obviously.
Okay, thank you.
But I have some more that help me a lot, that are Gustavo, Angelita, and Tatiana.
Okay.
You too. Because in some way, you help me to improve things that I don't think that I could improve, and this was special for me.
And hopefully next year I'll teach you again, right? Yeah,
please.
Hopefully. Yeah, we don't know yet, but hopefully I will. Yes. All right, guys. And what advice would give to people who want to learn English, to improve their English? Because some people say that they find it difficult to communicate in English. They usually read some things, they can even write, but they find it hard to speak. So what kind of advice would you give to these specific people that are watching us right now?
I think it's a thing that everyone says, that is watch series, listen to music, but if you talk with friends that are trying to learn too, it's a good way, because you can correct each other and just have a conversation without judgments and something like that.
Oh, good advice.
I think you don't have to be ashamed. Because you are learning, and talking to other people is the way you improve.
Exactly.
And if you can, go to a trip and talk to people. Don't be ashamed to talk.
Exactly, very good.
The English, it's a difficult language. It's a new language in your life. It's not your birth language. So you have to do it feel like natural in your time. Watch videos, games, series, all you have in your hands, like you have to be this natural one thing, you know?
Yeah, and I agree with Julia when she says that you don't have to be ashamed. Because, for example, when English speakers come to Brazil and they want to learn Portuguese, they are not afraid of speaking. You know, they just come here and they try, they make mistakes, and that's how you learn and improve. Don't be ashamed of speaking the language, okay? And of course, at first, you don't have to speak it perfectly. You just have to speak it, right? And that's the message I would like to give it to the viewers as well, okay? And now I would like to invite everybody else here for us to finish this amazing podcast, all right? So, come here. Guys, so I would like to thank you all for being with me here today. It was our first podcast in English, and you have made a great contribution to this podcast. I hope you are able to come here more times, maybe, right? I will invite you to other podcasts so we can talk about other things and like have nice conversations like we did today, okay? I'd like to thank you all for this great moment and congratulate you once again for getting the medals at Obli, and next year we're gonna do even better than this year, all right? Thank you guys. A round of applause for yourselves.